So does that justify everything that you do?
Excuse me, let me tell you something. What do you think they were doing it for? Because they were trying to save us from poverty? No, they did it because they needed us. It's honor and family and loyalty. And some of us wanted a piece of the action. Now, we weren't educated like the Americans, but we had the balls to take what we wanted.
Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another live edition of On The Go right here on Driving to the Top Productions. I'm your host, Haas. And I'm bringing the sauce today. I'm bringing fire, sriracha, the hottest shit I can get out the fucking cabinet. You know who you are. I'm calling your fucking asses out tonight when the time is right. God damn it. I've been fighting drips, fighting this sickness, might have strep throat. Certain teams I'm pissed at. I'm going to get to later. I'm sick. What else? I'm short. I'm bald. Can't get any hoes. Fight my entire life.
I'm short. I'm bald. I can't get any hoes. I've been fighting my entire life.
I'm getting bald. I ain't bald all the way. But what's up, everyone? Yes, it's Wednesday. It is February 25th, 2026. Shout out, happy birthday to my brother, Jake. If you're watching, I love you. I miss you. Can't wait to come back to H-Town. Enjoy your birthday, bud. Before we go any further, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on X at BigHouse337. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. This show you can find on X and Instagram at OnTheGo_TXLA. And Driving to the Top Productions. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you know where to find them. This show is presented by Rogue Energy, the official gaming drink of On The Go, and POGGERS, the official vitamin supplement of On The Go. Whether you go to rogueenergy.com or download that app on any mobile device or go to poggers.shop, there's the promo code OTG to get 10% off of your order. Orphic, here's drips. Sorry in advance if I sound like shit. I've been feeling like shit the last few days. But I'm still going to entertain y'all, folks. Anyhow, I know where we can start. I want to start on a positive note. Let's get to it. Let's talk about how proud we are to be Americans. Especially me. I ain't talking about the State of the Union, which that was some good shit, by the way. I'm talking about just getting done with the Winter Olympics in Italy. Big shout out to both the U.S. men's and women's hockey team. Both teams taking gold for their third times in both teams' franchise history. 1, 2, boogie, Shorty George.
Give me 1, 2, boogie, and Shorty George. Shorty George.
I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't been keeping up with the Olympics. But when hockey was on, oh, hell yeah, I'll watch that. What else? I've watched some other shit in the Olympics. I think I watched a little bit of snowboarding. What's that shit? Like raking or whatever the fuck it was called. I don't remember. Like, we'll talk about all that. But let's talk about the men's hockey team first. Getting it done, beating the country that invented the damn sport. Found the league that we've dominated, that they haven't won a Stanley Cup since 93. Ice hockey, we own that shit now. And Canada knows who their daddy is.
You answer me when I ask you, who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Gary? Who's your daddy? You. Uh-huh. And whose team is this? Is this your team? Or is this your daddy's team?
Yours.
Mm-hmm.
They ought to know by now. U.S. owns them in their own creation. Great game, by the way, that went into overtime. Jack Hughes, I'm not a New Jersey Devil guy, but man, he's our American hero. That should be the face of the NHL. And I mean, get back.
Get back!
Get back!
Let's recap these last couple days of how this hockey tournament went. I'm going to run through these. They all happened in Milan, of course. And plus, if I can't pronounce a country's name right, which I should, sorry in advance. I mean, like this first one right here. Shit. Is this how do you say it? Sechia?
If one of y'all says some silly ass name, this whole class is gonna feel my wrath.
Or the Czech Republic. Can I just say the Czech Republic? Fine. They beat Denmark 3-2. Sweden beat Latvia 5-1. Germany beat France 5-1. Switzerland beat Italy 3-0. So that meant the U.S., Canada, Slovakia, and Finland all had a bye in this one. Canada beat Czech Republic in overtime 4-3. The U.S. beat Sweden in overtime 2-1. Slovakia beat Germany 6-2. And Finland beat Switzerland in overtime 3-2. We get to the semifinals. Canada beat Finland 3-2. The U.S. dominated Slovakia 6-2. The bronze medal game went to Finland. They beat Slovakia 6-1. But the gold medal game, great game, went in overtime. U.S. won it 2-1. Here's a couple leaders in this game I want to talk about. When it comes to score leaders, now Canada, I'll give them credit on that. Connor McDavid was the scoring leader in this one. He had 2 goals, 11 assists with a total of 13 points in 6 games. Whereas the only U.S. guys that had some numbers in the scoring leaders was Quinn and Jack Hughes. Quinn Hughes, he had 4 goals, 3 assists, and 7 points. Well, that was Jack Hughes, by the way. Quinn only had 1 goal with 7 assists with a total of 8 points in that one. But leading goaltenders, that one went to Connor Hellebuyck in 6 games. His goal against average was 1.18. His shot 137 shots against him. His save percentage was 95.62%. And his time on the ice, 305 minutes and 8 seconds. Now, awards they gave to this guy. Of course, Connor got the goaltender award. Quinn Hughes got defensive man award just for the U.S., while individual awards as well. And leading goaltenders. Oh, no, I already said all that. So that put the U.S. on top with Canada as a silver. Finland got bronze. And then, the rest. 4th place went to Slovakia. And the 5 through 12, the rest there. 3rd time the U.S. men's hockey team wins a gold medal. 1st time since the Miracle on Ice in 1980. They also won gold in 1960. They've won 8 silver medals. Their last was back in 2010. And they've only won 1 bronze back in 1936. So their international record now stands at 586 wins, 500 losses, and 87 ties. That's combined with Canada and the World Cup and all that. What's some other, let's see, what's the IIHF? The Ice Hockey World Championships? They've had 76 appearances, 3 gold medals in that as well, 1933, 1960, and last year in 2025. The Canada and the World Cup, 8 appearances. They've only won 1, and that was back in 1996. So, I mean, that's just a bit of nostalgia for the U.S. men's hockey team. And shout-outs to them for going to the White House to go see our great president. Let's talk about the women's hockey team, too. I'm not going to leave them behind. They also won a gold medal. I think this was their 3rd as well. Their first since 2018. Now, their first was 98. 10 years later, they won a 2nd, and then they've won a 3rd this year. 4-time silver medals. Their last was 2022, and 1 bronze. The last was 2006. So I got a call on the air. I'll call him after the show. The IIHF Women's World Championship. They've had 24 appearances, 11-time gold medalists in that, and they've won gold last year in that as well. And their overall record, 324 wins, 112 losses, and 3 ties. Well, let's look and see how they did in women's hockey. Because they've won gold as well. Guess who they also beat? That should be the 51st state, Canada. Go back, but they started from the quarterfinals. So U.S. beat Italy 6-0. Canada beat Germany 5-1. Sweden beat Sesh 2-0. Switzerland beat Finland 1-0. Semifinals, U.S. beat Sweden 5-0. Canada beat Switzerland 2-1. Bronze medal game, Switzerland beat Sweden 2-1. Same score like the men's. U.S. beat Canada 2-1. And that seals it. Another gold medal for another U.S. hockey team. We just dominate this shit. Speaking of hockey, after the absence due to the Winter Olympics, I'm repping it. It's back. They should be playing by now. We got a little rivalry game. Vegas and L.A. Royal Bash. Should be starting up in a bit. About 3.5 minutes after watching the Lightning and the Maple Leafs. We'll see out there. Now, just a kind of overall recap of the medal table of how the 2026 Winter Olympics went. Norway was on top of the table. They've had a total of 41 medals, 18 gold, 12 silver, 11 bronze. The United States came in second with 33 total medals, 12 gold, 12 silver, 9 bronze. Netherlands came in third with 20, Italy fourth with 30, Germany fifth with 26, France in sixth with 23, 7 with Sweden for 18, 8 Switzerland with 23, 9th was Austria with 18, and Japan came in 10th with 24. I don't get how Switzerland was 7th and Sweden was not tied with. I don't get how they did that. But I'm not gonna look at all their medals. I just did the top 2. Well, that will conclude the Winter Olympics. And it'll be another 2, another 2 years. I think it's every 2 years they host the Olympic Games, whether if it's winter or summer. And then in 2 more years, they're coming back to America. They'll be in LA for the 2028 Summer Games. But we got a lot more good shit coming for worldwide television. We got the World Baseball Classic next week. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. We got FIFA, which U.S., Canada, and Mexico are hosting it. I think the U.S. should just host it. With all the shit going on in Mexico right now, and fuck Canada, we're their daddy. I think the U.S. should completely host the entire FIFA World Cup, since majority of the matchups are in the U.S. anyway. But that's all I got. Congrats to U.S. God bless America. God bless President Trump, and so forth. Let's keep this ball rolling. Let's go ahead and do my usual. I got a lot to talk about here. So we're going to start this off in the 504, and we'll immediately jump into some New Orleans Pelicans talk that I like to call Take Flight. So let's kick this off in the Big Easy. Let's go. This is Take Flight, where we do our New Orleans Pelicans basketball talk. This should be quickie and done, but I'm actually coming back on. After being out a few days with the All-Star break, let me just say for the New Orleans Pelicans, they've played 3 games since they've made their return. In 2 out of 3, they've got a dub. So creds to them. First game back, I guess it was a little rusty. They lost to the Milwaukee Bucks 139-118. got some numbers there. Zion led in points with 32. He also had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Derek Queen led in rebounds with 9. 18 points, 4 assists, and 4 turnovers. Jeremiah Fears led in assists with 5, with 3 turnovers, 16 points, and 4 rebounds. And Shadiq Bey, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 turnovers in that game. But their last 2 ended in W's, folks. And it started back on Saturday. They hosted the Sixers and got the win 126-111. Jordan Poole led in that game, 23 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. DeAndre Jordan led in rebounds with 15, plus with 6 points. Zion led in assists with 8, 1 turnover, 21 points, and 6 rebounds. Also, Shadiq and a turnover and a steal as well. Well, that was for DeAndre. That wasn't for no, correction, that was for Zion. Shadiq Bey, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 turnovers. And Herbert Jones had 14 points and 1 rebound, 3 assists, and 2 turnovers. And then last night, they win 2 in a row. They hosted Golden State and got the win 113-109. Close game, but I'll take it. Zion led in the game with 26 points with 6 rebounds. Carlo McCavitt had led in rebounds with 8 with 10 points. Jeremiah Fears led in assists with 5 with 2 turnovers and 8 points. Shadiq Bey, 18 points, 6 rebounds and assists, 4 turnovers. And Deontay Murray, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 turnovers. Not a good record, 17-42, but hey, they're 3 wins away at being in the 20-win column. I think they can do it. What's next for the Pels? Well, they got 2 more games for the month of February, back-to-back games with the Utah Jazz in Salt Lake City tomorrow night and Saturday night. That could be 2 big wins right there because Jazz isn't that good either. They're just as bad as the Pels are. Then the Pels go to LA on Sunday, March 1st to play the Clippers. And then they go across LA to play the Lakers in the other venue on Tuesday, March 3rd. So a little West Coast trip for their next 4 games. 2 games in Utah and 2 games in LA against both LA teams. Would love to see them at least win 3 out of 4. Lakers might be their toughest matchup out of the 4, but I think they can get it done. I mean, I know where the Pelicans basically stand. They're no longer second to last in the Western Conference. Yeah, they're 17-42, second to last in the conference. But in the league, they're down there, but they're not dead last. They're far from dead last. And they're last in their division. We know that. One more thing before we move forward. Let's look at some overall stats as of right now. A few team leaders. Trey Murphy is the leader in points, averaging 22.1 points per game. Derek Queen is the leader in rebounds and assists. He's averaging 7.3 rebounds and 4 assists per game. Herbert Jones averages 1.6 steal per game. And Yavis Missy leads in blocks, averaging 1.4 blocks. Nearly a block and a half per game. So keep up the good work. Let's keep this ball rolling. You know what? Oh, this is where I'm going to have to breathe now. We're about to go to Tigerland, and man, do I got a lot for y'all. A lot of bad. Let's go ahead and take it to the 225 and get this over with now. Well, we are now in the 225, and who do I want to start with? Should I just get it over with now? Let's do it now. We're going to do some LSU baseball, softball talk, and let me start. You know, I had a great show planned yesterday. I was getting ready to come on here and talk about LSU and hell, even LSUE being the kings of college baseball, not just in the FBS level, but junior college level. Now, LSU units didn't do nothing wrong. I got another segment for them. They're going to be in another segment when I get to the 337. I want to talk about LSU first. Oh, man. How long has it been? How long has it been? I think it's been almost 10. I think it's been 10 years since you lost to fucking McNeese. And you lost to him in your fucking house. You guys have been on a fucking roll till you played the Pokes. You were 8-0. You dominated Jacksonville this past weekend. You beat Indiana 14-7. Let me run some quick numbers here. Zach York, we had one home run in that game, courtesy of Zach York, Big Papa, the GCU transfer. I'm so glad we picked him up from GCU. Just in that game against Indiana, 14 runs, 18 hits, 14 RBIs, 14 base on balls with five strikeouts and 14 left on base. Kason Evans was the ace on the mound that day. In 5 innings, he had 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 errors, 2 base on balls, and 4 strikeouts. Overall, the pitching crew allowed 8 hits, 7 runs, 4 errors, 4 base on balls, and 9 strikeouts. You handled your business with Notre Dame 9-4. Another Cade Arenby, only 1 home run in that game, courtesy of him. He also had 9 runs in that game, 12 hits, 8 RBIs, 5 base on balls, 8 strikeouts. Batting average, 0.333 in that game. Cooper Moore led the pitching crew in that game. In just 5.2 innings, he allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 errors, 1 base on ball, and 6 strikeouts. Overall, the pitching crew had not allowed 9 hits, 4 runs, 4 errors, 4 base on balls, and 14 strikeouts. And the game I was worried about, y'all put a boot to ass on UCF, shutting them out 11-0. Cade Arenby had another home run in that game. 11 runs, 10 hits, 10 RBIs, 6 base on balls, 7 strikeouts, with 8 left on base for our hitting crew. William Schmidt on the mound only had 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 base on ball, and 7 strikeouts. That was y'all dominant performance in Jacksonville. And then you host McNeese, and what I freaking saw, they were beating y'all's ass, and you couldn't make a comeback, and I had to see a freaking 6-7 joke on Facebook. Y'all can't be the kings of college baseball if you can't beat one of your own in-state teams. Because of that loss, you got stupid motherfuckers like Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and even Tennessee laughing like, oh, y'all the kings of baseball. Seems like you can't. Y'all 3, shut the fuck up. Y'all only have 1 championship. Tennessee, won the World Series 2 years ago. That was like Tennessee's first national championship, I think, since the 90s. Ole Miss, that was like their first national championship since the 60s. And Mississippi State, that's y'all's only championship in that big-ass dusty trophy case y'all got. This for all 3 of y'all.
Off is the direction you can fuck.
1 loss ain't gonna hurt, but it hurt me. I'm telling you, my phone ain't stopped ringing after that loss. Ding, ding, ding. I'm like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Because of 1 game. And then you got the LSU haters that are McNeese alum or McNeese fans. Let them live on cloud 9 all they want. But on behalf of McNeese, that's a big win for y'all, despite y'all getting shut out by Kansas in y'all's own house. I'll get to y'all talk later. I didn't even get. I'm looking at shit now. We had 2 home runs in that game. Zach York hit him a home run. Who else hit one? I think Pearson hit one too. I just saw 2. Yeah, John Pearson hit a home run as well. So the hitting crew had a total of 6 runs, 8 hits, 5 RBIs, 8 base on balls, and had 8 strikeouts against McNeese. The pitching crew, which, oh my God. You played 10 different fucking pitchers? You started with Marcos Paz. Then you had Cooper Williams, Dax Daff, Maverick Rizzi, Danny Lechenmeyer, Reagan Riggins, Santiago Garcia, Zach Cohen, Devin Sheeran, and Jaden New. What the hell's up with our pitching crew? How do we have 10 pitchers in 9 fucking innings? Oh my God, that's had to have been the worst game of the season for the defending champs. They've allowed 7 hits, 7 runs, 7 errors, 6 base on balls, 14 strikeouts, 1 wild pitch. Oh my God, this is bad numbers here. This is total bad numbers. I mean, we can get over this. It's just McNeese. Fucking McNeese. Never gonna hear the end of this shit. Oh God, Lord help me. Yep. Just one. I know. I get it's just one loss. All right. Let's look at current overall stats for the team that started the season to last night's game. They're now 8-1 of the season. They've had 103 total runs, 109 total hits, 24 doubles, 2 triples, 17 home runs, 92 RBIs, 64 base on balls, 57 strikeouts. Their batting average so far this season is .355. And against their opponents, they've only allowed 41 runs, 63 hits, 9 doubles, 7 home runs, 39 RBIs, 37 base on balls. But they've had 118 strikeouts so far this season. That's good numbers. The total batting average against us for the opposing teams are .221. So we threw 118 strikeouts versus striking out 57 times. I mean, it's damn near double. I mean, I know it's gonna get better. I'm just maybe overreacting a little bit. Hopefully, and I mean hopefully, this could be a bounce back. So next show, they got 2 teams coming to Baton Rouge this weekend. We got Dartmouth coming Friday night and Sunday afternoon, 6:30 Friday, 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and also Northeastern. I don't remember where they're coming from. Northeastern coming Saturday at 2 p.m. and Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Let's see where they're from. They're from Boston. Okay. And then a week from tonight, they go to the Teague to play the Raging Cajuns. That's what we got next for who I thought were still the kings of college baseball. Maybe they can regain their throne back. I mean, it's not like McNeese's record right now. But let's talk. Let's give a quick softball rundown of what happened so far this weekend. I know they've played a shitload of games so far, but as of right now, the softball team's 13-4, despite what happened in Florida when they went to Clearwater. They had another tournament this past weekend called the Purple and Gold Challenge. They beat Michigan State 9-0 on Friday. Saturday, they played a doubleheader. They beat the Raging Cajuns 2-1, and they beat Michigan State again 5-4. And then Sunday, they hosted Howard and beat the Bison 1-0. And last night, while the Pokes came to Lake Charles, they went to Lake Charles at Cowgirl Diamond and played the Pokes and beat the Cowgirls 9-3. And once again, LSU is hosting another tournament in Baton Rouge. This one's called the LSU Invitational. They play Nichols Friday at 4. Then Memphis at 6:30. Then Saturday, they play Iowa at 4 and Memphis again at 6:30. And then they'll get a whole week break. They don't play again until March 6th, and they'll go in the SEC play. Damn, I want to know how many freaking tournaments did they host this season. Yeah, the Tiger Classic. Let's see. Yeah, the Tiger Classic. They went to Clearwater for this one. The Purple and Gold Challenge. And now we got 3 tournaments. 3 tournaments. And currently right now, LSU softball is 13-4. Not bad. Well, let's get this one out of the way too. I still got some more LSU talk. Grab the popcorn because it's time for another edition of the PMAX show, where I talk LSU basketball. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the PMAX show where I talk LSU basketball. And we're going to start with Kim Mulkey's Tigers. Despite that loss to South Carolina, they have picked up 2 more wins in the SEC. That currently puts them at 24-4, 10-4 in the SEC. I don't think their rankings changed. Okay, they moved up a spot. Well, did they? No. Yes, they did. They moved up 1 spot. They were number 7, Monday, and now they're currently number 6. I need to update that. But yeah, number 6 in the nation, 24-4 overall, 10-4 in the SEC. You go back to last Thursday, they went to Oxford, beat Ole Miss 78-70. Elijah Fulwiley led in that game with 26 points. She also had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Amaya Joyner, 9 led in rebounds with 9, with 8 points, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Jada Richard led in assists with 4, with a turnover, 8 points, and 2 rebounds. And Flau'jae Johnson, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And then Sunday, they were back at the PMAC. They hosted Missouri. They beat Mizzou 108-55. Malaysia Fulwiley led in that game again, 22 points with 11 rebounds and 4 assists. Sakia Johnson led in rebounds with 14, with 17 points and an assist. Jada Richard led in assists with 6, with 2 turnovers and 10 points. Flau'jae Johnson, 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Kate Koval, 13 points and 7 rebounds. They're back in the win column. What's next for LSU? Well, their regular season's about to wrap up. They got 2 more games left before they go into SEC play. I think this is their final home game at the PMAC is tomorrow night against Tennessee. 5 p.m. tip-off on ESPN. And their final regular season game will be Sunday, March 1st at Mississippi State, 3 p.m. kickoff on the SEC network. So they're trying to finish strong, and they're trying to get at least 1 bye week. Let's say bye week, 1 bye or 2, or hopefully 2 in the SEC tournament, which I don't even know where they're hosting it this year. They usually host it in Nashville or Tampa. Greenville, South Carolina hosted it 1 year. I don't even know where it's at. I know usually the men's tournament's in Nashville, but I'll keep you updated next week. we get all into that. And let's wrap this up with this shit. Let's go ahead. Let me just get these out of the way because, to be honest with you, Matt McMahon's Tigers, nothing's changed. So here's some entertainment clips for y'all, what I think of this team.
You bunch of losers! You're working with a professional here!
Fucking guys, this fucking team, man, they fucking suck!
I'm gonna hate fuck this shit out of you, ref!
And they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
I'm going to add this as a bonus. I'm going to save the best for last. That's what I think of Matt McMahon's Tigers.
You ain't shit, you a bitch, you 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 bitch.
Bruh, you're going the whole month of February without a win. It's still January 31st, 2026 was the last time Matt McMahon's Tigers got a win. They've now lost 5 in a row. Since last show, they've only played 1 game. They lost to Alabama 90-83. Markel Sutton led in that game with 21 points. Pablo Tamba led in rebounds with 12. And Jalen Reese led in assists with 5. 3 turnovers. They're currently playing Ole Miss right now, where they got under 12 minutes in the second half. They're trailing 63-59. Shockingly, if I don't have a result by the end of the night, I'll talk about it next week. But it's almost over. This shit show is almost over. They got Oklahoma on Saturday. Not their last game at the PMAC. No, they got Oklahoma Saturday. Then Tuesday, March 3rd, they go to Auburn, last road game of the regular season. Now, their final regular season game will be March 7th, hosting Texas A&M. But as of right now, LSU boys basketball is dead last in the SEC. Their overall record, 14-13, 2-12 in the SEC. And they're somehow still going to play in this tournament. They still let them play. I thought like the lowest 2 don't get in the SEC tournament. I haven't played this clip in a while. That's where I would blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
I would drop like the 4 lowest. So I'd drop them, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma. Let the rest play. Who's going to win the SEC, by the way? That's a tough question. Florida's on top. Alabama's second. Arkansas third. Tennessee fourth. They're the only 4 ranked in the top 25. Florida look like they're going to win the regular conference. Could be a heavy favorite to win the tournament. I'll keep you updated with that tournament, even though LSU just might be in the first round. And that's it. But let's go ahead and jump to the 337 because for once, first time since football season, I'm gonna have a lot to talk about because I'm gonna debut a new segment. I'm gonna really love talking about. So let's go ahead and jump to the 337. All right, now that you're in my neck of the woods, we're here to talk 337. I wanted to bring a little more. I said during this lit season, I wanted to add more content to this show. And I came up with a brand new segment. It's going to kind of be similar like I do with football. Because, you know, when I'm in the 337 talk, I mainly talk McNeese and UL in football. But baseball-wise, I'm not just going to talk McNeese, baseball and softball. But baseball-wise, I'm going to throw back in the Raging Cajuns. And I'm going to throw in the Kings of Junior College Baseball. LSU units, because this is the premiere of a new segment I'm going to do called Baseball in Southwest Louisiana, where I'm just going to give score recaps and upcoming matchups. And let's start, in our opinion, the greatest junior college in the country for baseball, let's talk about those LSUE Bengals, folks. The 8-time national champions, just like LSU. You know, it's crazy. We're about to hit the 20-year anniversary of LSUE winning their first ever junior college national championship. They did it my sophomore year in 2006. Then they did it again my senior year in 08. While I was in college, they won it my sophomore year in 2010. They've also won it in 2012, 2015, 2018, 2021, and their last was 2024. Credits to the softball team, too. Softball's got some championships of their own. They got 6, 2011, 2013, 14. The only school to go back-to-back. LSUE baseball never went back-to-back. Twice. Also in 16 and 17, but their last was 2019. Now, LSU Eunice is 13-1, but they've since their first loss, which was their second game of the season, they have won 12 in a row. And what's crazy is out of 13 games they've won, only 2 games they've won by less than 10 runs. The rest of the games, they have averaged at least 10 runs per game within the next 11. I'm not going to run down the whole since the season started. No, I'm just going to go back from I'm going to just go back from their last 2 series. Like they had like a 4-game series with Monroe University from New York City. The first game they beat them 22-5. Shut it down in 7 innings. Saturday they played a doubleheader. They beat them 11-0. Shut it down in 5 innings and won the second meeting 14-1. Same thing on Sunday. They had no weekday games, but they hosted Wharton County Junior College. They're from Texas. They swept them. I think they're the Pioneers. They swept Wharton County 13-5 on Friday, 10-3 on Saturday, and Sunday shut them out in 5 innings, 13-0. What's next? So they're welcoming back Murray State College, which was the team that beat them. The only team that beat them this season, which I think they're from Oklahoma. They're the Aggies. I know that. I think they're from Oklahoma. Might be wrong. Let's see. Wait, they can't. Are they? No. They can't be. That can't be Kentucky, huh? No, that's Murray State University. Oh yeah, they are in Oklahoma. Yeah, I was right. Tishomingo, Oklahoma, folks. So shout out to Tishomingo, home of the Aggies of Murray State College. Yeah, the only team to beat the Bengals. So they're coming back to town February 27th through March 1st. They're going to host another scrimmage with Centenary on March 3rd. That's all we got for next show. They host a lot of series. Like I haven't been to an LSUE game since I was in college. I know they're getting a major upgrade at Bengals Stadium. They're making it bigger, making it more fancier. I saw them work on it a while back. I usually go past by the campus when I'm in town. Go past by my old alma mater, and it looks fantastic. Like now they got artificial turf. They got the LED lights. They got a fucking jumbo screen finally. Oh, man, I need to make a trip back to Eunice for a game. So go Bengals. Keep it up. Best junior college baseball team. 13-1 right now. 12-game win streak. Keep it up. Haven't played a lot of road games yet so far this season. Except that scrimmage at Centenary. But their first road game ain't going to be until March 10th when they go to Galveston. first series actually ain't going to be until the end of March when they go to Panola, which is in Texas. And I got to make a rivalry game with Baton Rouge Community College. Baton Rouge, I've seen the Delgado rivalry. That's a nice one too. But anytime BRCC comes to town, when it's the Bears and the Bengals, that's a big rivalry in junior college down here. Bossier Parish, I wouldn't consider that a rivalry, but we got a little beef with them too. I can't wait to do some more LSU talk. I think we're gonna get some more. We're gonna get another sweep there. All right, now the Raging Cajuns. I've kind of been following them. They're not doing too bad right now. They're 6-2 overall. They got a 6-game win streak right now. They're 5-2 at home, but they're 1-0 on the road. They've only had one road game, and that was in Rice. But they've hosted Maryland this past weekend, and shockingly, they've swept the Terrapins. They came to the Teague. I thought they were going to lose game one. They came back and won game one 7-6. Tuesday, they beat the shit out of Maryland 9-1. And then Sunday, they went into 15 innings. I thought this was going to be a loss there, but they got the win 6-5 in 15 innings. I know they're hosting Kansas State again. Last night, they beat them 1-0. They're playing again right now. Let's see if I got a score update on the Raging Cajuns right now. Hopefully I'll have something. Looks like it might be Raging Cajuns won 3-2 in 11 innings. Okay, UL, I see you. So now you should be 7-2 overall. All right, what's next for the Cajuns? They got a series at home with the Tritons of UC San Diego. UC San Diego is coming to the Teague Friday, February 27th through March 1st. And then they host LSU on March 4th. Definitely going to be watching. Well, I say I'm going to watch it, but we'll see what happens. Might have a busy week next week. Maybe. Depends with how our high school basketball team does. And then I'll wrap it up. I'm going to keep this segment going, but I'm going to drop this off and do my McNeese baseball and softball talk. We'll start with softball real quick. They're currently 12-6 right now. They're 9-5 at home so far, 2-0 on the road. Let's see what they've done so far since this past weekend. Well, they hosted they hosted the Cajun AC Louisiana Clash at the Diamond. They welcomed Houston and Missouri. They've handled their business with Missouri. They won both games 5-3 and 4-1. Against Houston, they beat them. They won the first game 7-3, but they dropped the second game 9-1. And then LSU came. They lost to LSU 9-3. So what's next for the Cowgirls? Well, they host Iowa tomorrow night. So we got a big man. We've been having some big schools, Power 5 schools coming to the Cowgirl Diamond. And first road series, they're going to Baylor, February 28th through March 1st. Should be a fun series. I mean, come on. But so far, what? Texas Tech, Houston, Missouri, LSU, and now Iowa. That's a 15 coming to the Diamond. Now they're going to Baylor after the Iowa matchup. And then Tuesday, March 3rd, they go to Houston, a team they've already beaten. I'm sure they can beat again. Good luck to the Cowgirls. And then finally, McNeese baseball. I mean, the record's not good. They're 3-5. They're 1-5 at the show, but they're 2-0 undefeated on the road. They've now beaten two Louisiana teams. They beat Louisiana Tech a week ago. They beat LSU last night 7-6. I just don't get how they got swept by a shitty Kansas Jayhawk baseball team, but they beat the defending national champions. I still don't get that. Because when Kansas came to town, Kansas whooped their ass 11-2 Friday, 8-2 Saturday, and 6-1 on Sunday. And already, what's next for the Pokes? Well, they're going into conference play this weekend. They head to Thibodaux to play Nichols this weekend in a 3-game series. And then Tuesday, they go back to Baton Rouge, but they play the other team, Southern. And Wednesday night, they host LSU Alexandria at the Geaux. Early start time for that one. So that's what they got for next week. So we'll have quite a bit of scores to look at there. And to go ahead and wrap up my 337 talk, let's wrap this up. Let's do another edition of the Bayou Bandit Duel where we talk McNeese basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bayou Bandit Duel where I talk McNeese basketball, and McNeese is not skipping a beat. Even though Stephen F. Austin got the regular season conference locked in, McNeese could still make some noise in the tournament that they're hosting once again. Saturday on ESPNU, and I was there. They had a packed house at TLA. They got the win over Texas A&M Corpus Christi, 70-54. Fun game. Larry Johnson led in that game with 23 points, and he led in rebounds with 10. 4 assists and 4 turnovers. Garway dual led in assists with 5. He also had 2 turnovers and 5 points. Tyshawn Archie, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 1 block. And then Monday night, they had their final home game of the regular season. The second meeting with UT Rio Grande Valley, but they got the win in this one. Looked like it was a tight game, but the Cowboys win 75-68. Larry Johnson led in that game with 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 2 steals. Jarrell Colbert led in rebounds with 9 and 10 points. Garway Dual led in assists with 5 with 3 turnovers. Tyshawn Archie, 15 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and 2 steals. What's next for the Pokes? 2 more games before they host the conference tournament, but they're both on the road. They go to New Orleans this Saturday, and then they wrap up the regular season Monday night at Nichols. If they can win out, as of right now, they're going into the tournament as the number 2 seed, which means they'll have a bye all the way to the quarterfinals. If they can win out, they'll have that number 2 seed locked in. And then finally, they got it fucking right. This last year, I think they were the number 1 seed in their own tournament, but they played games in the middle of the day. No, they could stay at the number 2 seed. I got a sneak peek that they will have night games. They will close out at least Tuesday night, Wednesday night. I'm going to keep in track of that. If it stays that way and they got the number 2 seed, I might have to decide when to do this show another day because I'll probably be at TLA Wednesday night for sure, which will be March 4th. But if you follow me on X at @OnTheGo_TXLA, I'll keep you guys updated on that. All right, well, let's go ahead and finish this talk in H-Town. Let's take it to the 713, shall we? Welcome to the land where it just don't stop. Trunks pop, tops drops, and front end hop. I also forgot to mention, thank God I said it when I posted my announcement for the show. I thought it wasn't going to be until March, but this past weekend, we got the return of MLS. Major League Soccer is back and the 2026 season's underway. So this is the premiere of Dynamo Talk 2026. We're starting off with the Houston Dynamo. You know why? Because they won their opening game against Chicago Fire. Get back!
Get back!
Get back!
I didn't even watch the game. I was shocked they won. They beat Chicago 2-1. And let's do the stats like I always do. And they match up 42.5% possession, 4 shots on goal, 10 shot attempts, 11 fouls, 3 yellow cards, 3 corner kicks, and 2 saves. And both points in that game were scored by Augusto himself, because I don't know if I'm going to say his name right. Gilliherm?
If one of y'all says some silly ass name, this whole class is going to feel my wrath.
Well, if it's Gilliherm Augusto, Gilliherm Augusto, I have no fucking idea. But his first goal in 66 minutes of play, he hit a left-footed shot from the center of the box to the bottom right corner. And in 77 minutes of play, he again hit a left-footed shot, this time from the left side of the 6-yard box to the center of the goal. Both were assisted by Jack McGlynn himself with a through ball. Big shout out to the Houston Dynamo. Starting off 1-0. Well, of how bad your season was a year ago, you're starting off on the hot seat. You're starting off hot. Them fireworks are popping. That dynamite's popping at the Shell. Well, tough game coming this Saturday. They're back at the Shell this Saturday. They welcome LAFC. And if you have Apple TV, you can catch all the MLS games on Apple TV. So only 2 games of the month this month. When we get to next month in March, only 3 games. 2 road, 1 home. They go to New England March 7th. March 14th, they host Portland. And March 21st, rivalry game with FC Dallas. Or the Texas Derby, I think they call it. Which is a 3-way rivalry with Austin FC and FC Dallas. So, shouts to the Houston Dynamo getting that win. I want to keep it on a positive note. So let's go ahead and talk the Houston Rockets. Get the lighters out, because it is time to light the fuse.
Light it up, light it up, light it up, light the fuse. Light it up, light it up.
Taking off like a rocket.
Light it up, light it up, light it up, light the fuse. Light it up, light it up,
taking off like a rocket.
Oh, I love hearing that. This is Light the Fuse, where we talk the Houston Rockets. So far, since their return from All-Star break, they played 4 games and have won 3 out of 4. Just played a game just now. I'll get some final numbers there. First game back after All-Star, they beat the Hornets 105-101. Kevin Durant led in that game with 35 points, and he led in rebounds with 8. 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Alperen Şengün led in assists with 7, with 2 turnovers, 13 points, 3 steals and a block. Jabari Smith Jr., 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. Reed Shepherd, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 turnovers. Their only loss they've had was this past Saturday. They were in Madison Square Garden. They lost to the New York Knicks on a close one, 108-106. Kevin Durant led in that game with 30 points. He also had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 turnovers. Tari Eason led in rebounds with 12. 11 points, 4 assists, and 2 turnovers. And Amin Thompson led in assists with 7. With 3 turnovers, 12 points, and 10 rebounds. Monday night, they hosted the Utah Jazz. Got the win, 125-105. Jabari Smith led in that game with 31 points. 9 rebounds, 4 turnovers, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Tari Eason again led in rebounds. 10 rebounds to be exact. 11 points, 4 assists, and 3 turnovers. Kevin Durant led in assists with 12. He also had 4 turnovers, 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 4. Amin Thompson, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 turnovers, 2 steals, and Reed Shepherd, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 turnovers. Earlier, they just beat the Sacramento Kings. They beat them 128-97. Let's just look at the current leaders there. Reed Shepherd led in that game with 28 points, and Şengün led in rebounds with 13, and he led assists with 11 and 2 turnovers. Let's see what Kevin Durant had against the Kings. Kevin Durant, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 turnovers. Not bad. Rockets are picking back up where they left off. Let's see. They're currently now 36-21 of the season. While in the Western Conference, they sit third in the Western Conference. In their division, they are second place behind the Spurs. And overall in the league, they are fifth overall in the league. What's next for the Rockets? Tomorrow night, they go to Orlando to play the Magic. Saturday, they go to Miami to play the Heat. Monday night, they go to D.C. to play the Wizards. So 3 straight road games. 2 in Florida, 1 in our nation's capital. And then finally, on stat-wise, team leaders here, Kevin Durant leading in points, averaging 25.9 points per game. Şengün leading in rebounds and assists, averaging 9.1 rebounds per game and 6.3 assists per game. He's also leading in blocks, averaging 1.1 block per game. And Amin Thompson leading in steals, averaging 1.5 steals per game. And last but not least, it's time to sound the alarm because this is where I talk Houston Cougars basketball. This is the Red Alert.
Go Cougs, this a Red Alert.
Who it's all about?
It's all about the Cougars.
It's all about the Cougars.
This is the Red Alert. Usually I say this is the Red Alert where we talk Houston Cougar basketball, but no. Hit the Red Alert because Houston, we have a fucking problem. I saved you for last. Do you not want to win your first national championship? Do you not want to win another Big 12 championship if it's a tournament? How do you lose 3 in a row? Go back to Iowa State last Monday. We already saw what happened there. You host the biggest game of the season. You were the number 2 team in the country. You hosted at the time the number 4 team in the country, the Arizona Wildcats, and you blow it 73-66. Kingston Fleming, 17 points, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, and 8 rebounds. Chris Sinnock Jr., 13 rebounds, 10 points, 1 assist, and 3 turnovers. And Emmanuel Sharp, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 turnover. That was your first loss at home in over a year. The last team to do that was Texas Tech 12 months ago. And I saw this from a mile away. When they went to Kansas, I told you, Kansas is a tough place to play. Anytime you go to Allen Fieldhouse, you might not come out alive. They sure didn't. They got embarrassed and tried to make a comeback. Dropped 1 spot after that. They dropped 1 spot after the Arizona loss. Lord knows how far they're going to drop now after losing 3 in a row. You lose to Kansas, who was number 14, 69-56. Kingston Fleming, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 1 steal. Chris Sinnock Jr., 7 rebounds, 9 points, 1 turnover, and 1 steal. Milos Uzan, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and 7 points. You're now 23-5 overall. You're 11-4 in the Big 12. You know how long it's been since they've lost 3 in a row? It's been almost a decade. 2017 was the last time they lost 3 in a row. And it was in conference play. Michael Watt's rolling in his grave right now that they just put him in his grave. Pimp C, Big Mello, Big Hawk, Wicked Cricket, DJ Screw, Big Mello. They all rolling in their fucking graves right now. You got 3 more games left to try and finish strong and to get a good seed in the Big 12 tournament. You host Colorado Saturday. Hopefully this is a bounce back. Wednesday night, you host Baylor. It's your final home game of the regular season, and Baylor's going to be tough. And then you close out at Oklahoma State, which that should be a problem. Coach Sampson's got to make this team better. These guys got to make their shots, especially their fucking free throws. I have not seen this team struggle this bad in freaking forever. And that's all the talk I got in H-Town. But I'm going to wrap up the show with a little NASCAR talk. It ain't going to take but a second. Let's recap the Autotrader 400 that happened in Atlanta. And shockingly, I think I've jinxed Hendricks when I said Hendricks Motorsports was the SEC of NASCAR. Because now, 23-11, Michael Jordan now won back-to-back races. Tyler Reddick, first racer since 2009 to win back-to-back races. He won Daytona, and then he just won this one in Atlanta. And the crazy part was he started this race first and ended first. A lot of crashes in this matchup. It was not a good night for Hendricks. First, Alex Bowen got towed out, and William Byron got towed out. Stage 1 went to Austin Cindric. Runner-up was Bubba Wallace. Third went to Kyle Larson. In Stage 2, Bubba Wallace went in first. William Byron was runner-up, and Chase Briscoe went third. But it wrapped up with Tyler Reddick winning the whole damn thing, starting first. Chase Briscoe, who started 34th, was the runner-up. And Ross Chastain, who started 21st, came in third. And we got the Grand Prix, and we got the Circuit of the Americas next. The Duramax Texas Grand Prix in Austin. That's what we got next in the racing world. Talk about would be some shit. Would be some shit if he could win another one. When was the last time somebody won 3 in a row? What is he, Ricky Bobby now? You ain't first, you're last. I'm about to tap out. I got nothing else to talk about. I'm glad hockey's back. Got a good game here. I think it's still tied 1-1. Hope you're all having a wonderful stay. The weather don't know what to want to give us. It was just cold 2 days ago. Now it's warm. We're in the 60s right now. Take care of yourselves. Spring about to be coming. We're about to be springing forward. Daylight savings fixing to come up. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. But most importantly, check on your loved ones, man. I hate having to come back on here and talk about another death and whatnot, but we lost another celebrity due to suicide. Rest in peace, Robert Carradine. If you don't remember Robert Carradine, Revenge of the Nerds. He was the father in Lizzie McGuire, and he was the father in Max Keeble's Big Move. 71 years old. He was suffering he had a bipolar disorder, and he took his own life. You need to check on your loved ones, man. Check on your loved ones, man. Like suicide is no joke. I've said it before. Mental health is no joke, especially if it involves a man. We take it harder than anybody else. So it don't take much to pick up that phone, check on your loved ones, or check on your friends, or your family. Be like, hey, just how you doing? Listen to them. If something's hurting them, listen to them. My DMs are always open if you guys are going through any troubles. I've been down that path once. I've wanted to take my own, but it won't solve nothing. Suicide will not solve anything. It will make it worse. So if you're going through that dark cloud, reach out to somebody. I have lost so many friends from suicide. I've lost good people from this shit. I've seen celebrities take their own lives. It sucks. There's a way we could stop it. Reach out. Reach out to somebody. Be your brother's keeper. I need to reach out to some freaking allergy medicine too. I got to fix this throat. I think I'm tapped out for the night. I got to take care of myself. I got basketball playoff games coming up. I got to attend. Trying to be 100%. Next week, I will keep you guys updated with how the Southland Conference tournament's going to play. I'm going to be a part of it. I don't know when I'm going to have another show coming up. Might be a different time, different date, but I will keep you updated on X. You know where to find me on all my handles, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace, love. I'm out. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch you guys next week.